And good afternoon. This is Through the Static with Stephen the Medium, and I am here joined by another handsome guy. Who are you?
Coach Helix. And it's funny because usually you say I'm here with, but we're like sort of not together. We're apart. We're together but apart.
Well, as Mark said earlier, we're somewhere under the Cape Cod Canal, right?
That's right. Where we're in some hidden place. Mark made it sound so, intriguing, like somewhere hidden in Cape Cod.
Yeah, which I loved, which was great. And, I'm sorry that we weren't here last week. We were just having some Wi-Fi internet issues since we moved, and it just was not worth doing the show and having us obviously disconnected live on air, and I would have freaked out and had anxiety. But now we're all good. They came, they fixed it, and Elix and I haven't had any issues with Zoom or anything else. And of course we have our wonderful producer, Mark, who is in studio. He just finished his show, The Jukebox, and he is staying on in the studio. Poor Mark by himself, and he's producing Through the Statics. But I'm really excited that we're here. This is the last show. Elix, can you believe the last show of 2020?
I cannot believe it.
I can't believe it either.
Nope. No, I cannot believe that in another day, 2 days, 2021 will be here.
No kidding. No kidding. But you know what? One thing I wanted to I wanted to bring up, because you know how I am and I forget. January 10th, a Sunday, 2:00 p.m. It's for 2 hours. I am doing an incredible event, and I am capping it too. So I just want a certain amount of people, and I would say it's probably about 3/4 there already. So if you're interested, go to my website and you can check the link and get registered for this particular event. There's a lot that's going to be going on in 2 hours. It's the 5 things that Spirit wants us to know. And I'm going to also be just giving my feedback and tips for 2021. Mark was just talking about resolutions and how sometimes we just don't follow through with them. And, ironically, I'll just give you a hint of this January 10th event. This has nothing to do with the new year 2021 leaving the pandemic year. Absolutely nothing. But there's a twist on that, and if you want to know about that, you got to register and come on January 10th. I mean, Sunday, 2:00 in the afternoon, it's going to be terrific, and I'm going to be doing notes. And if you haven't seen me do that, you should register just solely for that. Right, Elix?
Absolutely. And, I want to say for those of you who have seen the promo and sort of on the fence, one of the things that even for me, being a coach, the promo gave me pause, because when Stephen talked about everything that 2020 has been, it has been a year of many, many challenges. It has been a year of many breakdowns for many people. And but at the same time, when you said, but it has also been a wonderful year, a year filled with opportunity, I just love that, because if you're on the fence about doing this, you should get off the fence, take action, because this is going to be an opportunity to create that opening so that you can create 2021 to be the year of your dreams.
I thank you, Elix. And that 2020 has set us up to be the closest we've ever been to our breakthroughs, to just taking that final step to get to our goals and our dreams and our passions and our curiosity and all of that. So it's going to be a fun-filled. It's going to be recorded too, so everybody who registers is going to get the 2-hour recording. It's going to be just, I think, amazing, and something you can keep in your back pocket in halfway through 2021, or maybe 3 months into 2021. You may want to just go back and look at it and remind yourself about it. So check StephenTheMedium.com. It's on my website. It's on my Facebook page. It's on my link in my Instagram account. So make sure you just take a look at it. And, one of the things, and 2 things before we take our first break, that's very, very important, and sort of on the theme of partly of what I'm going to speak about on the 10th is just putting ourselves first. And you know what I did today? And I know Elix knows about this, but I took a bath. And I haven't taken a bath in a long time, but this new house has a jacuzzi in the master bath. And
Steven, I was gonna say you may want to reframe that. Like
What?
the way you said it, I haven't taken a bath. Like you haven't washed yourself in a long. Like this is a jacuzzi. Kind of like.
People knew. Listen,
no, I don't think. Mark, what were you thinking?
Listen,
were you thinking like,
Elix,
oh my.
listen, people know because, when I do big events pre-COVID, I hug everybody and everyone knows I smell good. So everybody knows.
That's for sure.
But I used a bath ball, which I've never used before, and it was lavender. I bought actually 3 of them. And this, like, even just taking a bath, even if you don't have a jacuzzi, just taking a bath, this is not like a gay thing. I know some people are out there saying, oh my God, of course he's in the bath. He's taking a bath. He's gay. That's what gay guys do in their spare time, right? I'm like, yeah, sure we do. And we shop a lot. And no, there's nothing to do with what gay guys do. This is nothing about sexual orientation. It's nothing about male or female. It's just about, it's such a wonderful way to give back to yourself. And most people don't do it. Most people just, maybe it's in their agenda, but they never get there, and they never do it for themselves. But I bring that up because it's not just about taking, getting in like maybe lighting candles, or having like really soft music and doing whatever, bubble bath balls, whatever it is. It's not just solely about that, because you know what? If you're not in the present when you're doing that, it really, you're just not getting what you can get, the intensity of that experience, just like anything else that you do. So that's all part of the January 10th. And if you want a little bit more information, make sure you register for it. So, but it was, and I know Elix is next. I bought 3 bath balls, and he's already labeled like sort of like shotgun and said, this bath ball is his. So I have to keep that aside, but I've never done that. Putting the little ball in the tub and it just kind of floats around and the whole tub turned purple because it was lavender. I thought I was like in Xanadu. It was like all magical. It was so great and so cool. And then I just got out and wrapped myself in a robe, and like 2 seconds came into the bedroom and Elix is asking me something, and there he goes, business. But Elix, I know you probably want to add to that, but I know we're coming up to a break. So, but before I take the break, there's something I have to read very quickly. A client of mine named Sarah McIsaac Murphy, who is just incredible. She surprised me and emailed me yesterday, and I was in tears reading this. She wrote a poem about me, and I'm going to read it. I asked her if it would be okay for me to read it on air, and hopefully she's listening. She's an incredible writer. I mean, she's very, very talented anyway. And I think she's putting a lot of stuff on Substack. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put the poem all over my social media with her link so that you know who she is, so you can check her out. But here's the poem. It's called The Medium. Stephen the Medium is lovely and charming. His words are gentle, never alarming. He connects you with spirit and helps you to feel that loved ones are with you, maybe over a meal. His work is not frivolous like a gimmicky toy. It's warm and interesting, a source of joy. He has a true gift and sheds needed light to lives that are striving to be brave and bright. We know there is sadness, struggle and fear. This is life, a mixture of wonder and tears. I'm glad to feel the love of lives who continue to care and help me to strive. Today I'm sending my thoughts and prayers, more aware that existence has many layers of life and of things I cannot easily see, wanting me to live, to grow, and be free. So Sarah McIsaac Murphy. And I got through that without crying. I just, the fact that she took time to do this, and clearly she's incredibly talented, but I am going to get this framed. And Sarah, thank you, thank you, thank you. I love it. The number here is 508-222-1320. So call. I think we have lines open, which is never happens, and we'll be right back. And welcome back to Through the Static. This is Stephen the Medium with Coach Elix and Mock Producing. And I think, it didn't last with the calls being open, so let's go to the first caller. Hi, this is Stephen. Who's this?
Andrea?
Hi, Andrea. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. So you're my first call of the last show of 2020, Andrea. How cool is that?
Wow, that is cool.
All right. So listen, normally I don't do this, but because it's the last show of the year, let me ask you, is there a particular person you want to connect with, or do you want me just to open it up? It's totally up to you. You tell me.
It's whoever's there. It's fine.
I love you, Andrea. Yeah, whoever's. It's like a potluck. Come on in, anybody,
Right.
and everybody. So when you just said that, a grandmother just stepped forward, like sort of pushed forward, to let you know that she's here, and she keeps hugging. I know this is probably not true, but she's like makes me feel like you're the only grandchild. She just keeps hugging you and hugging you and hugging you. Is this mom's mom?
I doubt that, but
Wait a minute. Is your mom's mom crossed?
yeah,
But your dad's mom also is?
yes.
Well, which one is, I mean, were you close to either one of them?
I was very close to my dad's mom.
Oh, I got it. And it's not surprising, Andrea, it's really interesting that your mom's mom, and that's why it's not surprising I went to her first, even though that's not the one you were close to. It happens all the time. It's just a way that, your mom's mom, whether there was no relationship or whatever the situation was, it's just a way to let you know that she is around you, that she, you're still her grandchild, and that she just wants to let you know that she's, around. Is there, I think this is the first time, you're a first for me, that I have the letter Q in a name. Was there like, I don't even, like, besides Quentin, and that's from Doc Shadows, I don't even know, like, where to go with a Q, but I keep seeing somebody writing the Q letter or a last name. There's not like, Quincy or something connected to you with a Q?
Not that I'm aware of. That's
So
a tough letter.
it is, Andrea. It's a really tough letter, and I, honestly, I don't think I've ever got that letter. But there's sometimes too, it could be like Quick Stop or a place that somebody in spirit just wants to give a validation that there's like a memory of or something like that. Do you have a boy? Why do I keep hearing about the boy?
I have a boy. Mm-hmm.
And why do I see 6? Is there June, or is there something on the 6th of the month, or is someone 6?
No.
Okay, so is it 2 boys or 2 kids? What is your grandmother talking
No, I
about?
only have one boy.
Just one child?
Yeah.
Andrea, why am I getting, are you one of 2?
I'm one of 3.
No. So why am I getting a second boy? There's maybe somebody connected. If you have siblings, maybe someone lost a baby, a miscarriage. There's a boy here, and this. Does one of your siblings have like 2 kids?
No.
So Andrea, I'm a little perplexed with this. I don't know. I keep hearing your grandmothers, I should say, talk. And your mom, where's the mother figure? Is your mom still here?
No, my mom passed too.
I thought so, because in addition to your grandmothers, your mother stepped forward. Your mother just said to me, and who's the Mike or Mary, the M name?
My brother-in-law's name is Mike. Mary would be my grandmother.
Oh, wow. So double validation, Andrea. So just knowing that, but is Mary the one from your mother's side?
No, Mary's the one from my dad's side.
I can't keep them track. They're both talking so much. So that's just, I'm lucky I got their name. So Grandma Mary that's the one you were close to, right?
Yes.
Okay. So she just is giving
she used to take care of me when I was little.
Wow. All I can tell you is make sure, Andrea, you keep this Q with you. This Q name or a place, or there's like aquatic, like I'm just thinking of things like when I was growing up in Rhode Island, there was like aquatic pond. There is something with a Q that your grandmother keeps giving me as a validation. So, and sometimes they just give validations. I think you said your brother-in-law, they'll just throw out names like that, parts of the family. But your mother, just stepped forward and said, do you ever remember your mother ever talking about like having a miscarriage?
I do. We do know about it. She never talked about it.
Oh my God. So, wow. So there's the 2. So, well, I got it. So just know that it's just your mom. And when I just said to her, cause you said you're one of 3?
Yes.
So there's something with, I don't know if it's the second
That would be
baby.
two because the second baby was the miscarriage.
I was just about to say that. That's the
Yeah, the
second
second
baby. The
baby was
second,
the miscarriage.
yeah. So it's your mom just giving that as a validation, and it's your brother Andrea who's just like
Okay.
screaming, like it's my sister, and he's with you, and how much he loves you. Andrea, he just said to me that you're very different from your siblings. There may be commonalities, but the way you connect. Sort of like connect to the universe and spiritually, and I'm not talking about religion. It's just you're very different from the other two. You're very open and very connected than the other two. I don't know if you know that, but very very connected. So just make sure
Okay.
you keep that with you. Also, and there's something with. Did someone just do something with Windows?
With
There's
windows, we
there's
just
or
put
do,
in new windows in the house.
what was that?
We just put new windows in the front of the house.
Well, that would be doing something with Windows. So
Yeah.
I love your mom just giving that as a validation, and your
Well, the
mother,
windows are in what was her bedroom.
Andrea, you're now you're freaking me out. The new windows were in her bedroom,
What was her bedroom? Yeah,
right?
three of the new windows are in what? Three of them are in what was her bedroom, and two of them in the other room.
Wow. Wow, Andrea, at this point, if you don't know, this is mom and grandmothers and
Eh,
everybody else.
No, I
It's,
know. No, it's
it's,
funny
it's
because
so
you said
them.
about my brother. My father used to run around all the time, and we always told him he was crazy because he would always say, "Your brother called me today." Like, and
Wow.
we're like, "Dad, will you stop? You're being crazy."
Andrea, this is just, it's just incredible. I'll tell you, they just reiterated again how connected you are. It's sometimes it's just as simple as a validation, but when I tune in, as your mother said that, I just decided to tune into your energy. And on the radio, I don't have a lot of time, but I just tuned into your
Yeah.
energy, and you're green. Your auras are green everywhere. Just very, very healing. You're a big healer, whether you know this or not, but it's just part of who you are. And you also have, Elix, my husband, has this. He can tell, and so can you, somebody energy good or energy bad immediately. I don't know if you know this, or if this is ever like you've had this resonates, or you've sort of experienced this, but and even as a medium and me talking to dead people, I can't even do that, but Elix is very, very good at it, and so are you. So why your mom just brings that up too, Andrea, is just to let you know, always go by that gut. And if you feel like your gut is either saying yes or no or on the fence, make sure you listen to that intuition, because your mother said that like sometimes you don't trust yourself, or you don't trust that this. Your mother just said, Andrea goes up and down. Sometimes she feels she's connected, and then sometimes she feels like I'm not connected at all. And it's a way your mom is just, because your mom just said to me, because Andrea will always be like, why don't I get signs? Like, why don't I feel people? And everybody, including your mother, just said to me, we laugh at her because she's way above the majority of people. Like, we're all intuitive, every one of us, but and we all fall in different places in the spectrum. You're sort of way up there, and they laugh at you like, oh, this one. Your mother just said, she says, like, Dad's crazy. We're all saying she's crazy when she says she's not connected. So you're very, very connected. Just trust that, and trust your gut, and make sure that you're very observant for signs, because your mother said that your head spins like with thoughts so often that she gives you a lot of signs, but a lot of them are missed because you're always in the future or you're always in the past. And I tell people all the time, you cannot get signs unless you're in the present, and that's not easy to do in this life, and COVID and everything else. So Andrea, thank you so much for being my first caller, and I'm going to leave you with that. Happy New Year, and
Happy
lots of
New
love to
Year.
you.
All right, thank you.
Bye bye,
Bye.
Andrea, and we'll be right back. And welcome back to Through the Static. So let me just go to the next caller. Hi, this is Stephen. Who's this? Hi, this is Stephen. Who's this?
This is Karen.
What was your name?
Karen.
Karen, how are you, Karen?
Hi, I didn't realize that actually my call was being taken. Hi,
you are taken.
Stephen. Hi, hi, you guys. You're marvelous, and I just love you, and I love your energy and everything. So.
Oh, Karen, thank you. Listen, you say that to us, but just as soon as I heard you, your energy is off the chain too. So, which is a really great thing. Not surprising, Karen. So let me ask you too, just like I asked Andrea, Karen, is there a particular person you're interested in connecting to, or should we just open it up? It's up to you. Either way, it doesn't matter to me.
I just asked my loved ones on the other side to give you a message of instruction that would help me fix a situation that is very difficult, to heal it, to fix it. So open it up to whoever comes from the other side, and I'm most grateful for you taking my call.
Karen, thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
If I didn't live in California, I lived closer to you, I would have been making you guys home baked goodies and delivering them. I'm the one that I said my mother taught me how to bake. I love to bake. So.
Oh my God, I love it, Karen.
We love to eat baking goods. Just
and yeah, exactly. And you know what? We just moved to the Cape, but that doesn't mean when COVID's over we can't just take a travel to California. We'll track you down, Karen. But someone's yelling at me. I don't know who it is yet, saying, "Are you going to do a reading or not for Karen?" I'm like, okay. So Karen. Wow. So there's a father figure. Is your dad here or crossed?
My dad is crossed.
So your father's stepping forward, but he steps forward with another guy that's younger than him. So did you have like a brother or a brother-in-law that crossed? No?
No. But the other gentleman, do you see what he looks like?
No, well, let me tell you. So let me. And who's the A? Who's like Al or Anthony or there's an A?
It's Alice. It's Alice, and with my dad is his cousin, which was like a brother, and his name is Glenn. Glenn and Alice were married in the physical world. And they're all three on the other side.
Oh, my God. I love the fact that you knew the two guys, and before you even got to tell me, Alice with the A name was like, me too. Like, I'm here. I'm here. So all three.
I love them in the spirit, in the physical world, and I do communicate and talk to them in the spirit world. Yeah, they're beautiful people. Beautiful
I love
people.
It.
Great memories.
I love it. I love it, Karen. And it is also a very, very strong mother energy stepping forward too. So I don't know if this is mom or if this is a grandmother, but there's a very, very. But wait, mom is here?
No, my mother is also crossed.
So just know that mom is also stepping forward, and all of them are chatting at the same time. Karen, there's something that your father. I love your father's personality. I love all their personalities, but your father then gets very sort of serious, like let's get down to business. And he talks about something. I mean, I know you said that you were looking for answers or help or so, but he's showing me, and just come with me with this. He's showing me marbles, and I just said to him, why are you showing me marbles? I don't know if this is a double validation, as if someone, I don't know, used to play marbles, or there's something with the word marble, but he also connected it, Karen, to financial, like something that I don't know if this is like switching of a job or switching of a place, or there's something financial, or finances are sort of like what your father's talking about anyway. And this may or may not be what you're looking for, but he keeps talking about the underlying issue is finances. And I don't know if this is in reference to what you're asking or if this was something maybe connected to them. Do you know what he's talking about with the marbles?
We liked marbles, and he and Glenn used to play marbles, but my dad had a jar of things that he saved, which would just be off the wall. But anyway, they were special to him, and marbles were in there.
Oh my God.
I have two granddaughters, and they moved to Idaho. When they lived here, and they lived like an hour, this was a family thing, I haven't gotten to see them for 2.5 years, and I've been very broken.
Oh my God,
and now they live in Idaho. So if the reason that my son moved to Idaho was he got a different job, was financial, I don't know. But my granddaughters are 5 and 7, and the oldest one, the 7-year-old, is gifted. And I have known her soul since the day I saw her in the hospital. I've known who she was.
Wow.
And just, how she is, just how she's not here for the birther or for my son. She came here for me, and I know that. And for them to then keep her from me or not allow us is very heartbreaking. And that's only because I stood my ground, I honored myself, and I spoke my mind to my son's wife, and, for her treatment and everything, and to me, to my granddaughter, to my son. Anyway, so that just blew everything apart. I haven't seen them for 2.5 years. Now they live in Idaho. So, it's... I think pretty messages, but that was kind of one night things that, to my dad to tell you, and I know my dad would just love you and Elix, and you would just love Glenn and Alice and my dad. You know what? Have pie and coffee.
I love that, Karen. But you know what? One of the things I just keep hearing too is that when you were just giving that explanation and how your father was just talking about, the finances, is that you just have to make sure you don't internalize this more than it is, because your father just said Karen is adding things that aren't there. Karen's adding things to sort of put her, not, maybe like it was because of her, or just make sure, Karen, you sort of step back and know that that's not, that's not the case. And there was something so connected and sort of contingent on the financial piece. And, sometimes it could be something that maybe your son didn't share with you. And, I don't know. All I can tell you is that your dad just wants to make sure you're easier on yourself, because he said over a period of time, it's been something that it's kind of grown, and he just doesn't want you to keep feeling that way. And that, and your father also, and everybody else in spirit just keeps giving me the arms coming together, which is always a way to let you know that they're doing everything they can to resolve this. But there's also, Karen, there's got to be either someone, they keep showing me in my birthday, and my birthday is June 14th. So there's either something in June or the 14th. There's something connected, or maybe even Stephen, like Stephen, the name Stephen, but there's something connected that they're trying to get to you. So make sure either the 14th of a month, it doesn't have to be June. It could be January 4th, like with 1/4, the way it can be separated. But just keep that with you, because there's a reason why your dad, and everybody else is giving that, those messages to you. So
the 14th.
The 14th or something's in June, like a birthday or an anniversary, because they just showed me, and it felt like it was, they were pointing to my birthday, but it could be the 14th of any month. My
dad's birthday is June 28th.
Oh, so it's definitely, that's why it's June then. It's just, it's just Dad letting you know that he's with you. And who's the contractor or the electrician? Why does your father keep showing me like someone? It feels like they're a handyman or somebody who is just like knows how to do things, like knows electrical work, or is just very, very good with their hands. And also Bob. Bob or Barbara, there's a B name connected, either living or cross connected to you too, Karen. So just make sure you keep all of this with you if it doesn't come to you right now. And it's just, again, it's a way that Dad's just letting you know, and everybody's letting you know that things will, turn out okay. Will turn out fine.
I ask them all the time for help and a message to how to fix the situation. I would love to see my grandchildren again, more than anything. My dad and Glenn were both very good handymen. Glenn was a machinist. My dad taught me electricity. I can do things. I can do outlets. I can hang ceiling fans.
Oh, my God.
They were both good at that.
Wow.
The B is my son's, when they lived in town, his neighbor, her name was, we called her Miss June, but her real name was Billy June Pope. And a very special person to me, and very just wonderful. And she's crossed. When I went and put flowers on her headstone on her grave, which is on the coastline, for the first time that I went there, I pulled into the cemetery, and I hear her say, "Well, it's about time," just in her witty way and stuff. But these
Karen,
listen. I love.
But not to interrupt, but listen also, that's why I also double validation why I was saying, there's something in June, and her name was June, or June's part of her name. This is all her stepping forward and letting you know this is okay. I'm out of time. I got to take a break, Karen, but thank you so much for calling, and just listen, stay hopeful, and just make sure you are easy on yourself. Okay.
Thank you, Stephen and Elix. I really do appreciate you, and I'm grateful. I love you both.
Oh, love you too, Karen, and we'll be right back.
Bye-bye.
And welcome back to Through the Static. This is Stephen the Medium with Coach Elix and Mock Producing. So let me go to the next caller. Hi, this is Stephen. Who's this?
Hi, Stephen. This is Lisa.
Hi, Lisa. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing well, Lisa. So, Lisa, is there any particular person you want to connect to, or do I just open this up? It's your choice. Doesn't matter to me.
Just open it up.
You know, Lisa, funny thing is, the first thing I was going to talk to you about is who's the comedian, and just by the way you responded to me, I'm like, I think I already found the comedian. It's Lisa. Seriously, because I have, I'm at my desk and I have, DVD box sets that I didn't put away yet. And one of them is like the old show from, I think, the 60s, the Lucy Show. And before you came on, I just kept hearing someone say, talk about the comedian, like someone who's very, very funny. So maybe it's already you. I don't know. But there's also a very, very strong dad spirit or energy here. So is Dad crossed?
Yep.
But has he been crossed for a while?
20 years.
Oh, that would be a while. So he's just letting. And is Mom also crossed?
19 years.
Wow. Because I didn't even get a chance to say anything about your father, and your mother came flying in like she wants to make sure you know that she's here. But both of them, I know it's been a long time, Lisa, but I got to tell you, these two, your mother and father, and are there three of you altogether, siblings?
Well, my mother and father were divorced.
Okay.
So my father could have had more kids. I have no clue.
Okay. I just heard there's three kids. I just heard three kids. So I'm not sure. If sometimes it's either, it could also be your dad or your mother was one of three, if that fits. But I just heard talk about three kids. So just make sure you keep it with you, Lisa. But you know what I was going to say is that your mother and father make me feel, both of them, that they've got, like, since they crossed, they've been with you. And I know that, that's what spirit does, but yours is a little bit different. It's sort of like the theme of this show is people who are connected, because when I also tune into like your auras, you're really, really connected, Lisa, to spirit, much so than like the majority of the population, whether you know that or not. So it's just your mom and dad, and there's also a little dog. There's a dog in spirit, running back and forth. Denver. Are you connected to is someone connected to, like, out west?
Not that I know of.
So there's no Denver. Why did I just hear I heard Denver. And did you grow up with animals?
Yeah.
One looks like Toto. It looks like that size dog, like from Wizard of Oz.
Okay, well, my stepfather, whom was around for most of my life, had a miniature schnauzer.
Oh my God, that's the Toto. I mean, I know that's not the same kind of dog, but that's the dog I'm seeing. So let me ask you then, Lisa, who's the D name? Like, who's David or Donna or Danny?
My mother was Dolores.
Oh, that's my auntie. I should have got that quicker. So Dolores, I got it. So, your mother just looked at me sort of like cockeyed, saying, "You thought I was like a dog, like with the D name?" I'm like, "I'm sorry, I heard Denver." So, there's something, whether somebody used to order omelets or love eggs or hate eggs or Denver omelet. I'm telling you, Lisa, there's something with the word Denver in it. The only thing I can think of. The only thing I can think of is Denver, Colorado, or a Denver omelet. But there is something with Den, or something that sounds like Denda, or something like that. And maybe, and the animal I was talking about too, there was an animal, I don't know if this is a dog or a cat, but it's brownie or Boxer, or there's a B name somewhere. So make sure you keep it with you. And
Okay.
Lisa, did someone have birds?
No.
Yes, your father just said. I like your father.
Him and his wife might have.
Well, they don't. The way this works, Lisa, is that Spirit really will never give me something that you don't really know. As long as you know it and it's in your memory bank, you may not be able to think of it right now, but it's got to be there. And it wouldn't be, they may have had, I just don't know. There's got to be something connected with birds, and it felt like a long time ago, and it felt like there was someone in your, like, it doesn't have to be immediate family, but someone had a parakeet or canary, or there was something with or a parrot. There's something with a bird. Maybe it even could be like someone has a picture of you or somebody with the parrot. I don't know what the bird is, but there's definitely
that might be it. We used to go to Florida and we went to Parrot Jungle.
Oh, it could be, and then maybe they're referencing that a picture of that. And who's the John or Jim or James? The G or J name, or George?
Gene.
Who's Gene?
Would be my grandfather.
Wow. I thought it was a guy's name. That's why I was giving you all guys' name, even though I probably wouldn't have said Gene as a guy. But just also know that your grandfather just is coming up.
Eugene.
Right, but Gene, he's just giving as a reference that he's here. And let me tell you something. Somebody keeps showing. Did someone just move, or are thinking about moving?
Me and my husband are thinking about moving to Florida.
Wow, Lisa, I just saw everybody in Spirit. Just kept changing the number on the house or the apartment. And I just said to them, why are you doing that? And they said, and that's why I heard. I wasn't sure if there was a number that was loose on a house, but then I heard there's a possibility of either has moved or is thinking about moving. So a great way, Lisa, to let you know that they're watching. But there's a cat here too. You guys didn't grow up with cats?
No.
So if you didn't, then it's got to be someone close to you, like a friend or somebody that there's a cat that's very, very, it's like a Mancoon cat, like a very fluffy big cat. And you said you and your husband, and I'm getting pulled to your husband's side. So when you have a second, ask your husband about who had a cat. There's a cat connection here because there's a cat in Spirit. And on your husband's side, there's Chris or Kevin or Kathy. There's a C or K name on your husband's side.
C or K, Gary, that's past the name.
Or Lisa, it also could be. I love on air. Lisa's like, Stephen, just hold on for a second. So I'm going to check with my hubby.
You got all the time in the world, right?
So just keep it with you, but either living or crossed, there's somebody on your husband's side, because I also get a very, very strong father figure for him. I don't know if his father is crossed or not, but it feels like it's a dad. And he keeps talking about the last two things I'm going to say is the C or K is cancer. He's talking about cancer. Someone cancer and an A middle name. Lisa.
His late wife died from cancer, and her middle name is Ann.
Oh my God! So it's her stepping forward. That was like a boom and a boom. Wow! So this was his first wife.
Correct.
Wow! Oh my God, Lisa! And I know this may sound a little odd, maybe not, but I got to tell you, she loves you. She just said to me she could not have picked somebody better for your husband. And she just said, and Lisa's quirky too, and she loves it. So just make sure you keep that with you, and tell your husband about his former wife who's got a beautiful soul stepping forward. And I love that she's complimenting you, Lisa. So it just means you've got a beautiful soul, and I know a very, very connected soul. So listen, I am out of time. The show's ending. Happy New Year, Lisa, and lots of love to you, okay?
Same to you and Elix. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Lisa. Thank you. So like that, Elix and Mark, the show's almost done. And the last one we closed the books on 2020. So, Elix, what's going on with you? What do you want to share?
I just want to share that I wish everyone a happier 2021 and to just, create whatever they want. This is an opportunity to create a whole new year. So anything you want, it's possible. You just have to, create it. You have to think about it. You have to want to speak it so that it can be fully manifested.
I love that. And that's a beautiful segue to get to get to where you just said, Elix, is to register for my class on January 10th at 2 p.m. Go to my website, Stephen the Medium, and register. It's going to be a fantastic event, and it's going to be phenomenal. So, but I hope everybody has a fantastic, happy New Year, New Year's Eve. Everybody still stays safe and just is grateful for everything that you have. Mark, I thank you so much for doing this from the studio. I know you won't be here next week. And to be honest, I got to talk to Jim, because the only way I can do my show is if someone fills in. So I'll have to cross my fingers and that we're going to be back Wednesday, but I'll let everybody know. So happy New Year, everybody. Oh, Elix, by the way, how do people get in touch with you?
At Coach Elix, anywhere on social media at Coach Elix, you can find me.
And thank all the callers today, and I will leave you with lots of love, and we'll see you soon.
Bye, everyone.